Welcome back to Let's Play Viva Piñata! Alright, so... the happy couples are out to come on out and do their thing. So we'll see firsthand the peculiar chemistry of a pair of pairs, essentially. Go on, you two. We'll also just ignore the fact that they are, in fact, siblings, but, you know... piano relationships can get very complicated sometimes. What do you mean? Tim, no. Work up the courage. Showing off that little midsection or whatever. However that works. Oh, it's like a weird Ouroboros type of thing. These guys are so slow. This is exactly as horrible to control as I would have expected. The hard part is just moving past those quickly enough. Man. I wish give you more money in those enormous games though, because it's just not worth doing because you get so little from it. There's no reason to actually go out and try to get the coins. Anyways, let's see what goes on here. Also, you need to get out though. Oh! How did I whack him quickly before? I don't know what went on there when I was actually able to, like, whack the ground repeatedly. Last episode. What? What? Was that anything in particular? Somebody explain this to me. Was that supposed to be inspired by something or what?
Your gardening is improving. Well done. You just seem to get better and better.
I said recently that I was curious if I actually recognized the voice actress of Leafos, and I was actually wrong. I looked it up after that recording session. And it's actually not who she sounds like. Who I thought she sounded like. Anyways. So there's that done. So that was a strange experience. Come on down. We're really just gonna hold that egg one-handed? Makes me nervous. And then of course she just throws it down onto the stone. Interesting design for that egg. Okay, so this time I'm gonna leave it over here. There's not really much else going on right now anyway, so I'll just sit here. Eggs don't sell for much. Actually sell for, I think they sell for about the same amount as the roll piñatas. You can probably guess what's gonna happen here. Tim's gonna hang out over here. It is kind of weird getting like a name in congregate, or in aggregate, whatever, together like this. Oh no, they're just gonna leave the egg alone and go inside and sleep. They tire themselves out. Are they both inside yet? There they are. We can just call them like Tim 1 and Tim 2, and then Tina 1 and Tina 2. Although I'm not sure which one would be which. Tina left and Tina right? Maybe? It's difficult to know how life would be with these two. Or 4, I guess. But there's not really much of a secret for me to keep here. We're gonna do the same thing we did last time. Hopefully I don't end up accidentally cutting the grass instead. You do need to be very careful about not smashing the egg before it's ready though. You need to wait specifically until it makes big bounces. which is when it's in the process of hatching. If you do it before, it's just gonna break the egg. I don't know if it makes like the parents sad or anything if you break their egg. I imagine it would, but I've never done it. I've never just up and broken an egg before. It's not really the sort of thing I've ever been curious about doing. This one probably takes a little bit longer to actually hatch than the other serpent eggs because it's a higher level piñata. I get the impression that higher level piñatas take longer to have their eggs hatch and possibly to have their cocoons hatch as well. But I don't want to miss this, so I'm just going to sit here watching this. I expected it would have hatched by now. Ta-da! Speaking of having foreheads, Lackatoad. I forgot that was even a thing. Oh jeez, the experience. Intellectual power. Brains working in unison. They have a lot of head limbs. Yep. If you thought that the relationship was complicated with a pair of twos. Lackatoad. I forgot that was a thing. So in which case, we're gonna have a Lackatoad pop up here. I don't know if we're gonna have a Lackatoad. It would be appropriate for a water garden. For one, we need to have one here, so regardless of whether we have one at our water garden, we need to worry about having one here first. Or maybe not necessarily first, but at some point. And then two, dude, really? I guess it's a different one than last time. But two, as I was saying, we need to have one here regardless, so we need to worry about getting that done. I believe we already had everything fulfilled, though, for getting Lictoads to visit, right? Maybe except for having Tafflies. We might need Tafflies here. I'm just going off of, like, vague memory. It probably seems pretty obvious that Lactoads are actually like an evolution from Lictoads. Visit, you just need water. And it needs to eat a Taffly. We haven't gotten rid of any water, so we should have as much water as before. So right now we should have just as much in the way of attractiveness for a Lictoad as before. So that means we're just gonna have to wait for him to come in here. Please come in here, dude. But before that really matters. Also, hello. Whoa, big. It's actually asymmetrical too. It's kind of cool. We need to have Tafflies as well. So let's get on the flowers.
Hello. Chocolate cash melting in your pocket. I'll take it.
It hadn't occurred to me that level up had happened. Yes, so we have oak now. And oak also means acorns. For some reason you need fir, not oaks for squazzles, which is kind of weird to me, but whatever. You'd think you want acorns. Guess the oaks are just too high level for them to do that. But, as I was saying, flowers. And then growing an oak as well. Which would mean attracting an eagler, I think, if I remember their requirements correctly for becoming a resident. Also, they need to eat something, though. Whatever, I want an oak anyways. So what are we gonna do? Well, we don't want anything expensive, so let's just plant some daisies or whatever. I said daisies, so let's do daisies. We need something filling up the space anyways. I haven't really thought about it. I usually don't think about getting Tafflies to visit much. What do you need for them to actually visit? I think it's probably just having flowers. All you need, I have to admit, I actually really like this picture of the four heads here. All four of the heads together. But I believe you really just need to have flowers for them to come in. I know for them to become residents, they just need to eat a flower. Have 2 flowers, eat a flower. Yeah. So we should attract Tafflies now. Once we plant these. Very animated seeds. How much height do they get? Is there anything that changes how much height they get? I wonder if different seeds get different amounts of height. Oops, there's a nodding off. Just a little nap amongst the bushes. And it is probably their favorite bush over here, the blackberry bush, since they like blackberries. This one is overwatered, so let's give it some water so it has less water. Okay, so now I need a taffly, unfortunately, before this guy will actually be useful to us in any capacity. Still these blackberries, by the way. What are you doing? You are running off. Whoa! Just noped on out of here. Just done. Not quite sure how or why. But let's see. Oh man, I didn't remember Fourheads being so huge. Wow. That main head is massive. Like, look at this. Like, grandparent? You're a grandparent, Cindy. Accept it. Grandson. Jeez. I don't know if I can name like all 4 of these. That would be kind of amusing, giving all 4 heads their own name, but jeez. We'll do the whole like aggregate name thing again. I want to think of some name that starts with F that isn't Frank. It's surprisingly difficult. Or that doesn't sound like really old style, like Fran or something. Are there many names that start with F? I'm having a hard time thinking of any, actually. F.A. doesn't really give me much other than, like, anything, actually. F.E. There's Fergie. That makes me think of the Fudge Hog. I... doesn't bring anything to mind. O... Okay, interesting. Like, there are names that start with F, I assure you. I don't want to, like, take time to look it up or anything. I might come up with a name. Just coming up with something off the top of my head, completely original. Fernius. Ta-da. Those are 4 very happy heads. Okay, now... Also going to sell this eventually so I can actually put down a Fourheads house as well. But first, one more thing to do while we're waiting. We want to breed these guys again, because we need to have a sibling for breeding, you know?
Hi there.
And these will be the ones that
Get
actually master
spending,
romance,
then
the
get-
Fourheads.
No, only joking. Take your time.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where it sounded much... I didn't realize how peculiar it was going to sound when I started saying it. Come on, Tina. Tim, get out. Out of curiosity, though. How high level are these guys? Doesn't say in here. How many times do you hit them with a shovel? They remember these things. Level 8, that's pretty good. And to think, you can get these guys... As long as you have a Squazzles, you can get these guys... Basically, you can get these guys as soon as you have Squazzles. So you can get these guys pretty quickly. I haven't planted the oak just yet. I think I might wait a little bit until I can actually devote some degree of attention to it. Why is there a wild Squazzle there? We have 2 Squazzles here, right? So I have Stella and... So I have Stella and Squall. Don't know why there's a wild Squazzle there. Tim? Yeah, though, so I won't plant the oak just yet. But I will eventually. Oh, look at that, climbing up there. I like how I get to see that, though. It's a nice little detail. Oh, Danielle. A new white flutterscotch visitor. Okay, it's kind of weird. Oh, now I'm curious, though. Oh, look at that. I want these guys to be developed further. There's actually a Twinger Snap character in the show. Or characters plural, I guess you'd say. I think one actually might be named Tina, too. Thanks, Tina. But I want to see a Fourheads. What would the life of a Fourheads be like? Okay. Didn't really expect that to happen, but sure. Butterscotch. Yeah, Taffly though. Tafflies come here. And this big, strong Fernius man, snake, polycephalus thing, will probably be the one that stands a chance against the Bonboon. That's my suspicion. I don't know if anybody other than a Fourheads can actually win against a Bonboon. Also, we've gone over time on an episode, I guess. See you guys next time where more romance happens with these guys.